Coming from the Caveman Studios in Buffalo, New York. Welcome to Caveman Corner with your host, Jeff.
Captain Caveman!
Thanks.
Click subscribe and the bell. Do it now!
All right, we're back. We're live. We got Matt Kemp. We're going to talk about K-4 Gold Standard. I want to get into a couple things first. First of all, my podcast studio moved. We're out of my mom's basement. We're getting back to being close to where we started from. I'm right down the road from there. So bigger and better things for podcasts. Ray's back. Ray won the Whopper Eat Off, so you can go on our YouTube and you can watch Ray out-eat me with a Whopper. I couldn't even finish that thing. Ray ate it like it was like nothing. He's blah, blah, blah. But he didn't eat all the pieces. There's a bunch of pieces on the wrapper, so I think he cheated. But I still gave him the win anyways. Just some news and notes. Last K4 was awesome. They teamed up with Art of Combat. We went out there. We called that show. It was an amazing show.
Great fight.
Yeah, great fights. Were you out there, Matt?
Yeah, cornered Troy.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Troy looked awesome. I forgot that you cornered Troy. Troy looked amazing. He looked really good. One of your past opponent, Saku, looked amazing. Oh my God,
Very
he looked
sharp.
good.
Yeah.
Dude, he looked so sharp. He picked that guy apart like that guy never fought. It was sick. It was like made your last performance way more impressive. Like taking nothing away from you or him. I didn't mean that sounded a little disrespectful. I didn't mean that disrespectful. What's that?
No, not at all.
I gotta say this: Troy got the best hair in the fight game.
The best hair?
Troy does have the best hair in the fight game.
Yeah, for sure. We told him he's got to braid it for the next one.
Oh man, that'd be pretty tight. Buffalo Riverworks, Josh Kutchery just had another tournament. Normally we do a show about that. We missed a show about that, but that tournament was awesome. A lot of people showed up. It was great to see everybody. My team went out and they competed well. Buma went out, they competed well. Lake Effect went out, competed well. Western York MMA competed well. Like it was a good showing. Everyone had a great time. Spar, I'm sorry, I missed Spar. Those guys went out and have a great show. Anyone else I missed? I'm sorry if I missed you guys. Sub-Zero, Academics. Like everyone was out there. It was an awesome tournament. Great show up. Oh, someone likes you. Kara Rickhart is clapping for Matt.
Oh, let's go. Josh's mom.
Yeah, Josh's mom likes all you guys. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Also, repping Armstrong's Armory. They gave me a free hat, so I'm going to wear it in the podcast. Those guys are awesome. They're having some Facebook issues right now. Facebook's not about guns, so they keep getting kicked off.
Oh, wow. I need a gun, man. I live in the hood.
Yeah, you need all kinds of guns. I've been to your hood house. Scary, dog. Good thing you're a scary dude.
Yeah.
With that all being said, we're going to talk about Gold Standard. It is happening just a couple weeks away, October 19th. Doors open at 5, first bell 6. Figure 6:10 because Keith tries to run it pretty on time, but sometimes a little late. The beautiful Justin T. Manning in that picture right there. And then we have our fighter today, Matt Kemp. Matt, you look a lot meaner in that picture than you do sitting right here in our studio. You're taking on Evan, and he looks pretty tough too. He just had another fight. What do you know about him, and what's your game plan going in?
Honestly, all I know is he trains out of Spar. I haven't had a chance to watch his fight back from August. I did happen to see like a little clip where I think he got kicked in the body, and that's what like ended the fight, I think. But yeah, I mean, he seems like he looks big, he looks tough, I'm just looking forward to another good fight with somebody.
Yeah, my guy Butch just texted me right in the middle of the podcast. I have my ringer on. I apologize. Not very professional.
You're good.
Does Keith not let you guys watch the past fights for free, or does it make you guys pay for it?
Honestly, my dad had bought the fights, like bought the pay-per-view to watch my fight. So I just texted him and was like, "Hey, let me get your email real quick so I can watch mine back really quick." But I haven't talked to Keith about watching them back yet, so we'll see how that goes.
Do you guys do like film study and stuff there? Especially when they fought in K4, does Keith remember the fights pretty well? Because obviously he's sitting right there watching the fights.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's got a pretty good idea of, when he's making the matchups and everything, like, okay, your opponent, did this, this, and this, like, this is what we're going to work on. Even going into my first one where we didn't really even have much information on my opponent, we still had like some stuff that we had in play that we wanted to work. So I think Keith is pretty good at seeing and keeping in mind what the opponents are doing in there.
Yeah, Keith is. I didn't know if he actually started filming you guys or just did it on his own. I know. I worked with Keith for a very long time. Obviously, we went through fighting together. We white to black together. Um, Cornered each other all the time. He's one of the best people I know at breaking down fights. And I don't know if he actually like takes the fights to you guys and breaks them down with you, or he just breaks it down for you guys and tells you what to do. I um I really, I'm not that in tune with you guys, but I know how much time Keith spends studying you guys' opponents, and I know he's like breaking it down, and he always comes in with a game plan for you guys.
Yeah, for sure. There's always at least a very solid game plan in play going in there. Like I feel very confident going in there after having talks with him and training with him and everybody else. So it's good over there. Keith knows what he's doing.
I think this is a really good bounce back fight too, and he does a really good job of matching guys up. I think you and Evan Herbert's going to be a really good fight. Evan got put in there with a killer too, like that Jack Ertl kid, man. He's something else, dude. He's a little bit of a monster. I was in the back and like he wasn't talking. He's like, "Oh, how's this kid?" And he's like all like scary. I was like scary, like
Yeah.
that dude's like a serious killer, man. Like Jack Ertl is someone to look out for in the future. Um, he's built for the fight game. He's got the mentality of like a killer. He might be a serial killer. So Evan Herbert was thrown to the wolves in that fight, and like he just got picked apart.
Yeah, but it takes heart to even get in there and do it, especially with someone like that. So hats off to him.
Yeah. And then you obviously you were in a fight, and man, it didn't really go your way. It looked like you got a little bit tired in that fight. Do you think it was because of like it was your first fight, or do you think you need to do conditioning a little bit different? What do you think?
I think it's a little bit of both. Conditioning definitely could have been better. And then yeah, going into my first fight, the nerves and the pressure and everything. Just I think by the third round, it kind of all just caught up to me, and I was just throwing with whatever I had left in the gas tank at that point.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, I mean we're trying for the next one, running and hitting the bikes, and I'm trying to step it up for this one because
yeah.
I don't want to go through that again.
That Saku Bird kid is something different, man. He fights such an awkward, rangy style. And obviously, he came out of nowhere. No one knew anything about him. He's like from some school from Pittsburgh. We're like, he probably can box, Like I had no idea that he's gonna come in. He's like a fucking Taekwondo fighter that's got hands, dude. Like he bounces in and
Yeah,
out. He's
He
really
got, yeah, he
fucking. He's so tall, man. Like
in and
he's
out.
so long, so tall and long. He uses his range like very well. I thought I was gonna
Yep.
be able to get in and like leg kick the shit out of him, and that did not happen. Like he's good, man. He's hard to read with
Yeah.
that in and out too, that bouncing, that like Taekwondo
Right.
shit he does.
you were able to sweep him quite a bit. You caught a lot of his kicks. You were able to dump him quite a few times. Usually that scores pretty high in K4. The gamma scoring obviously rewards sweeps quite a bit. Did you think he did enough to pull that one out, or did you think that he won that fight?
I thought it was a very close fight. I thought the sweeps might do it for me, the sweeps and the dumps. Um, but I didn't really get busy with the hands. There was definitely departments that I was lacking in. So, they what do they say? Like, don't let it go to the judges. That's you don't let
Yep.
that happen because this is exactly what happens. So it could have went either way. But yeah, there's definitely stuff to improve on from that fight, but that's what it's all about, learning.
Do you think going into your second fight, those nerves are going to dissipate a little bit, or you think you're still going to have them?
I think I'm still gonna have them, but where I'm at right now, I think for the first fight, I was already like freaking out at this point, like, oh shit,
Yep.
I gotta go be in front of all these people, in a pair of short shorts, just on display, showing them what I got. So I think by this point last time I was a lot more nervous. I think right now I'm a lot more calm and settled, but by weigh-ins, we'll see how I feel.
I think
Yeah.
your second fight you'll be a lot better.
I think so too. That's kind of how I feel right now. But it always gets a lot more real when you're face to face with somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's such a true statement. Also, going into your second fight, you kind of know what to expect conditioning wise
Right.
too. So you know how to pace yourself a little bit more in the opening couple seconds of the fight. Because when the fight first starts, like, oh my God, what's going on? And you just go. And
Yup.
then like I don't know, if you ever held your breath and tried to hit something really hard for like 25 seconds, that's what your first fight feels like. And it really takes a lot of wind out of the gas tank. So when you go into the third round, you don't have a lot left, and that happens to a lot of first-time fighters. A lot of first-time fighters. So it's a very common thing, and that changes. And without that first blow up, it's a lot easier to maintain your conditioning and pacing for the fight. And I think a lot of the guys that fight the second time, you see that over and over again. That their conditioning looks so bad in the first fight. It's really nothing that they did. It's just the way that they started the fight.
Yeah, I agree. And honestly, a big thing that I noticed too is people would not believe like how hard it is to breathe and strike at the same time. Like you're not thinking about that in the fight. You would think it's second nature to just breathe, but I think I held my breath for the entire 6 minutes that I was fighting. So
Yeah, I have a guy that fights too, Aaron, and he said the exact same thing in his fight. Like he was just having a hard time breathing when he was punching and kicking, and like he wasn't breathing good, and he got really dude. He was in good shape. He did all my sprint regimen. He worked out hard every day. He could go round after round in the gym. He never got tired. But it's just how you carry yourself in the fight, and it can really, really have an adverse effect on your conditioning that first like 20, 30 seconds of the fight. And he looked like it too. He wasn't moving good. You could tell he wasn't breathing right. And I don't know what you would normally look like fighting a really tall, rangy fighter, because I didn't see you like spar with Troy at all. Just like when I chased you down, and you had plenty of gas when I was chasing you down. So like,
yeah, it's just a different setting, man. Even like between sparring and fighting, like when you're sparring, it's kind of same thing with my fight. You get hit in the nuts, and your opponent usually stops. Whereas in a fight, that doesn't always happen. So it's just kind of like different in those regards.
yeah, and you can feel the intent of your partner too. So like when you go to sparring, there's a lot of like you touch hands and you're all like trying to like you're all going for the same goal. But when you fight, that feeling is not there. It is not a safe feeling at all.
No,
It's the reason why I like fighting because like I you can just let loose. You don't have to worry about like hurting someone, and you just go nuts. Like nothing matters. You're gonna do your very best to stop that person, and they're gonna do the same for you. And it's like just an agreement. You're gonna go till the bell stops and the fight's over. And
yeah, I agree. I agree 100%. That's kind of like why I got into it. Like you said, it like nothing matters at that point. It's kind of just like you're just doing whatever when you're in there. I kind of feel the same way with training too. Like training is just like, man, I'm not thinking about anything else. You're just focused on like the task at hand and like what you're there to do. And I love that feeling more than anything because it just kind of separates you from reality for a little bit.
it surely does, and that's one of the best things about training. I was kind of making the point that it affects your conditioning because you know that you're trying to kill each other, so like it just feels different. But training is the best thing in the world for everyone. You don't have to even want to fight. Like you just go there and lose yourself for 2 hours, and everything's still there when you come back. But
Water bottle, my bad.
rookie. But you
I
have
know.
you got 2 hours where everything just kind of floats away. You got quite a few people fighting on this card. Do you hang out with the grapplers at all?
I used to do a little Thursday nogi, but not too much anymore. I'm strictly like Muay Thai for right now.
Okay. Do you know Troy Ferris at all? That's what I was like poking,
Yeah. I know
Yeah.
Troy. We talk here and there when I see him like in passing.
Yeah. So your guys going against my guys. So we're Jim against Jim. We're gonna have Integra against Buma there as well. Ilfrey's taking on your man Troy. Who do you think is gonna win that one?
I mean, I'm gonna be biased and say my guy, of course, but I
Yeah.
will also say I think that's gonna be a good fun matchup, honestly.
Yeah, there's a lot of internet buzz on that one. That post has got like everyone's like posting on it. I was like, man, I can't wait. This might sell a lot of tickets for grappling match for the first time ever. Usually it's like this is about a fight and there's like all these people talking, but everyone wants to see Troy and Ilfrey, and I'm super excited that's happening. It's supposed to happen a couple times, and like they worked it all out, and now it's finally gonna happen. So I'm excited. This is like a revenge match too, because Troy got Ilfrey's brother.
Yeah,
And,
that's right. Yeah.
now it's like a comeback. So I'm super excited to see that one. Who else? You guys got some other guys on the card too, right?
Yeah,
Who else we got
I
on the
think
card?
Troy's
You
matched
have
up
Troy's
again.
fighting. Who's Troy fighting? Let me look real quick.
I don't know who he's fighting.
I can look right on the website. K4.
He probably gonna
Man.
fight some ball guy.
Ball white guy, right? It's a pretty good chance it's a ball white guy. Is your heavyweight fighting too? Is that match?
Yeah, I think that's the MMA fight.
Yeah. Workman and Alexander. Oh, Troy is fighting. Oh, Garrett Hughes.
That's who Troy's fighting?
Yeah, Troy's fighting Garrett Hughes. That's gonna be a good fight. Garrett Hughes pretty tough coming out of Lombard. Like, man, he had a really good first fight too. I'm excited for that one. That's just a really good. That's a really good test for Troy, and a pretty good test for Garrett too. Because man, Troy is something else, dude. His kicks are phenomenal.
Dude, he's not fun to deal with. He's tough, man. He's another one. He's just long and rangy, and it's tough to get on the inside with him.
I did some rounds with him too, and I thought he sparred a lot longer than he's been sparring. He's very good for just a little bit of time.
That's what I said too. He was sitting down up against the cage one day, and I was like, dude, how long have you been doing this? And he's like, well, I like started with like some friends in my garage, and then like figured I should go to a gym, and I've been doing this for however long it was. And I was like, man, you're like pretty good.
Yeah. I talked to him. I'm like, man, when are you gonna fight? This was a while ago. He's like, yeah, when I'm ready. I'm like, man, how are you not ready? And he must have just started then. And he looked great in this fight. I'm excited to see him fight again too. What's it like fighting with Keith not being in your corner? That's gonna kind of suck a little bit, right?
Yeah. I mean, it definitely, you're not getting that good old Keith wisdom in between rounds, but I mean, it's still like I'm comfortable with who we have there. Like you got Joe Hacken, you got Riker, a couple of the other guys that'll fill in here and there that have been doing it long enough to where it's like, okay, this is still not as big of an issue as people would think it is. It still sucks, don't get me wrong, but you're still not like, oh man, like I don't know about this,
Yeah, I think the best thing about Keith is the way that he can break down fights and really set your game plan too. As a in corner coach, like he's very good there too. But I think the best asset he has is understanding how the fight game works and like really implementing a game plan for his fighters. And like he's still able to do that. It's not like he's not in the gym. He's just not there. He's actually even there on fight night. He's just not in your corner.
Right.
So, pretty good.
And even like training with him, like we were talking about earlier, like, I think just training with him and building that game plan alone, like you're confident enough going in there without him being able to be in the corner.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I've ever fought without my corner like that as a pro, but like as an amateur, like you just show up by yourself sometimes. So like it's really not about who's in your corner. It's about all the work that you did like leading up to it.
Yeah, for sure. That's what it's all about. That's why you're doing it. You're putting in that work to bring you to that position. And, as long as you're confident in what you've been doing, you should be all right then.
I agree. This is a pretty big fight for Reichard too. You're like, I don't know how he adopted you, but it seems like you guys are brothers in the gym. I come in there and I spar with you guys. he's always like, get around him, K-Man, go give him around. So he's actually got you beat up a little bit a couple of times, but
Yeah, I know. He
he
likes
loves
to
you to
talk for
death.
me sometimes.
Yeah.
We went to like middle school and high school together. Kind of played lacrosse and wrestled, and then I kind of hit up one of my buddies whose mom owned a gym. He was teaching some classes out of there, and we were doing classes there. And somehow Riker kind of just got brought into the picture and started coaching over there. And then he was like, "You should just come to Buma. You should start training full time at Buma." And I was like, "All right." And here we are.
I don't know how to ask this and have it not sound out of turn and be like drama. I it seems like his girlfriend is fine. I'm not sure they're dating or not, but
There's,
uh,
there's a girl out of our gym fighting named Grace.
yeah. I don't know.
That's
Maybe
that's not his girlfriend.
okay. All right.
Yeah, his girlfriend's name is Madison, but they're like close
Oh,
friends.
okay. Never mind. I've seen with Madison. I thought that was great. I don't know really what Grace looks like. I just like the stuff they're out like with the punching thing. I was like, oh man, that's cool. But that was not her.
Yeah, it's all
Hey
right.
man, try to
I'm
get
not
him in
trying to throw
trouble.
Josh under the bus, man. Like, man, I didn't know. But like, it's pretty sweet that you guys are like so tight. Like, it's got like a whole tight knit people that Josh is working with, and like you got a whole family. So it's almost like you have your own corner. Like you go to a gym and you got like the head coach or like the owner coach, and like he kind of oversees everybody. And then you got like the guys that are coming up that work with all the fighters. And it seems like Josh has kind of jumped into that role at the gym. And like he's always like whenever I talk to him, he's always pumping you guys up to me. He's like, "Oh, you should talk to him, talk to him, talk to him." So what's it like having Josh there, and what does he do for the gym?
He plays a big role for a lot of us. Like Grace is like another one. How you said he kind of adopted me. Like it was the same situation where me and Grace were kind of like going to these classes before Josh like jumped in, and Josh once he was there just kind of like adopted the both of us and brought us both to Buma. I think Grace came a little after I did, but yeah, I mean he has kind of jumped into that role where he kind of pays close attention to the up and coming fighters and like really just wants to see them succeed, wants to see them like do well. And I think it's also like a good representation of the gym too, like that's kind of the community that we have where we have people like this that really care and want to see you do well. So it's nice to have that. It's nice to have people like that.
Yeah, I think like my generation of coaches kind of plays a different role. Like we're older than you guys, like we're in our 40s, and like Joe's older too. Joe's closing in on 40, and like we're just different, like we're older, we're a little bit slower. You guys are still like battling it out. He's still a very active fighter, you know what I mean? And he's ready to go. So like it's a different level of coaching. It's like a hands-on coaching because he's literally in the same ship as you. He's just a little bit farther ahead as like, and then like me and Keith and like all those guys and Joe, we're done pretty much fighting. Maybe not done, but we're done with the active parts of our career. And if we fight now, it's just like something to like get the demons out or like have one more last hurrah. It's not really like this is what I'm gonna do forever. We know that we're older. We know we don't have a lot left in our bodies. Maybe we got one more good one. We always think everyone thinks they got one more good one, but like you're working with someone that really is still fighting and still actively fighting and still doing all the training. So I think that's like it's really important to have both those style coaches.
Yeah, I think it's nice too, like you said, having both those styles because, Josh is still showing up to Keith's class, so he's taking in, the knowledge from Keith too, and then he's running his own classes 2 days a week where he's utilizing Keith's knowledge and his knowledge and kind of putting those together. And you're getting good things from Keith, now you're getting good things from Josh. You got different eyes on you at all times. It's just like a good dynamic, I think, for the gym.
Definitely. All right. For everyone that's watching on YouTube, make sure that you guys like and subscribe. And then if you buy tickets for K4 Fighting, you have to go to the website that's streaming right now. I'll put it in the chats too, so you can just click on it. When you exit out, you need to put in K4 Kemp. And when you put in K4 Kemp, Matt will be awarded, well, not awarded, but you will be credited with a ticket sale, and then he'll get a portion of that ticket sale. So that's the only way that these guys make any money is by throwing some tickets away, or selling tickets. So make sure that you guys buy tickets from a fighter. Just it doesn't cost you anything to do it. I mean, you have to make a few extra clicks, so it costs you a couple seconds of your time, but it really helps the fighters out. So make sure that you guys do it. All right. You can just click on the link right there. Super easy to do, and then it's very easy to buy tickets. And back to the fight. What do you know about Spar's Muay Thai program?
I don't know. I haven't heard much about it, to be honest. I from my understanding is they're more of like a jiu-jitsu gym, like a grappling gym. So I don't know much about the Muay Thai side of them.
So they're the GFT grappling. Oh man, we got a question for you in a second, but we'll get through this real quick. I'm sorry. What was I about to say?
GFT.
Oh yeah, there's a GFT fight team, and now they have a Muay Thai program, and I'm pretty sure Richard Zhang's running the program. They have the Krav Maga stuff there and everything too.
Yep.
So obviously they do Krav Maga, and he was just Zhang was just a main event. Obviously it wasn't the best turnout for him. He hasn't been fighting in a while, but they're really trying to get their program going. They've been in my gym a couple times and came in for some sparring, and so I've been on the mat with him. I've been on the mat with you. I know it's going to be a pretty exciting fight. Obviously I can't tell you how he spars. I won't tell him how you spar. That's just how it goes. But I think it's a very interesting matchup, and you guys have two very different personalities, so it'll be pretty interesting to watch.
Hey Matt, if you buy me a Whopper, I'll tell you.
We can arrange that. We can definitely make arrangements for that.
Ray has to come into the gym, and he's got to dust the cobwebs off his workout clothes. I don't think he's.
You come to Buma, and I'll have a Whopper waiting for you.
Oh man! All right, we got a question regarding sharing your own fighting videos. What is your opinion on sharing fights on social media? My opinion: fighters should always be growing, and you're not the same fighter. Sharing videos helps for fundraising. We share because older videos are for the fact we've grown since the last fight. In camp, we share because of preparation for the current fight. Additionally, we use video and other information on social media to build cut off a more comprehensive profile of going into So, what do you think about sharing videos? Do you think it's a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, I think kind of like you were saying about the ticket sales, like that's the only way we get money, really, right? So when it comes to social media, you got to promote yourself, and the only way you're really going to do that is with videos and pictures and stuff like that. So I think as long as you're not putting too much information out there for, opponents to see, I think you're all right. And at the same time, a lot of your future opponents and whatnot, they're going to be at these events watching you fight and trying to see what your style is like anyways. So they're going to see some stuff regardless. So I don't think it's a terrible idea to be putting up videos to help promote yourself and whatnot. Just got to be a little careful on what you're putting out there.
Or they're going to go to K4fighting.tv and they're going to order the pay-per-views, and then they're going to watch them, because all you got to do is go to K4fighting.tv, and that's right where it's at. And I'll even put that in the comments for you, because that's how we sell things here.
Look at that. What a segue into the plug.
Yeah, that's pretty good, man. It's almost like I do this thing. So just click that. You can go there and you can watch Matt's fight, and you're going to know exactly how he fights.
There you go. Study up. Take notes.
I don't think,
And top of that, you can hear the caveman voice.
You definitely hear the K-Man voice. I would say the only thing that the only time it would really be a problem is if you don't have any fights. So if you got 0 fights, no one knows anything about you, and then that happens, like you post some videos, now they kind of know what you're going to do, or at least what you look like and how you move. But I think once you have one fight, it doesn't really matter too much. And almost all the promotions now videotape it, even if they don't have commentary. You have to have commentary. The people giving the commentary already talk about how there's ways to beat you, especially if they're our booth and we're all pretty good at the fight game, and oh man, you should really do this. Oh man, you should really do this against them. So just listen to me, or have us commentate a video. Ask us to commentate a video, and then we'll break it down for you guys on right on here.
There you go.
We were trying to get him on. I thought it'd been really cool to have you guys like be on the same podcast. Because when I asked this question, I like you guys to be able to see each other. How do you think this fight's gonna go?
I mean, it's tough for me to say off of not seeing him in his last fight, so it's kind of tough for me to say. But I mean, based off of what I know about myself, I don't mind getting in there and taking a couple shots to give some back. So I mean, as long as he's cool with that, we can put on a good show.
That's awesome. And what's your prediction for the fight?
I mean, I've told everybody I'm not leaving this one without my hand getting raised. So I'm walking away with this one.
KO, decision. How do you think it's gonna go?
I'm gonna say KO because I got something that I've been working on. So we're gonna go with the KO.
If you've been working on it, you should post a training video of it so then we can see what you've been working on. We can judge it, and then
I'm gonna save it for the actual event, and then we can study it for the next one.
Sounds good. Sounds good. I will definitely break it down. And when you get the knockout, I'll be like, oh, he must have been working. That's what he must have been talking about. And then Ray's gonna be like, he should have leg kicked him.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me.
Or knockout tonight.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. We are back. Caveman's Corner's back for K4 for this event. We'll be giving away $100 knockout of the night, $100 submission of the night, and $100 for each fighter and fight of the night. So we'll be back with the awards, and hopefully someone earns them.
Someone's got.
Yeah. So if you get a knockout, don't run off.
Yeah. So guys that are fighting on the card, if you have a great fight or you have a great submission, try not to leave, because if you're gone, we might just give it to. If there's two really close ones and one guy's gone, we might give it to the other guy sometimes, because it's easiest for us.
Oh
to get
no! I might take it for Burger King.
Yeah,
that's a lot of Whoppers right there.
Yeah.
Oh, Ray, remind me, we gotta do that GoFundMe. Maybe we can make some more money.
Yep.
So like I pay this out of my pocket, so like I actually lose money every K4. I make less to do the show than I give away. So I'm trying to turn that around. We're gonna try and do a GoFundMe, and hopefully we make more money than we need, so we can give away extra bonuses. So keep an eye out for a GoFundMe, and like all the money is going back to the fighters. I promise not to keep any of it. It's not really. It's not really, like we're giving money away. It is really all it is, and hopefully we can draw more money to give away, and then we can give away bigger bonuses.
Yep.
We got sponsors from JR Transport before, and we were able to give away $200 bonuses every time. So we gave away quite a bit of money that show. That was awesome. If we can get another sponsor or someone that's willing to sponsor us, we give away like gear and stuff too. Maybe we give away like cases of Rockstar or Monster or something cool. So like we're always looking for new and creative ideas. So if anyone has anything, please let us know so we can make the K-Man Corner bonuses better. Could be like Monsters K-Man's Corner bonus for a knockout of the night or submission night or whatever like that brand likes, so it'd be great. Buma knockout of the night brought to you by Matt Kemp.
Yep.
You donate $10,000. Yeah. Yeah. The Dynamite sponsor would be pretty cool. A fireworks sponsor for knockout of the night would be a cool sponsor idea.
That'd be cool.
I was even thinking about it. Yeah. Do you have any sponsors that you want to plug while we got you on here?
I don't really have any sponsors, but there's the gym that I first started at before Riker kind of came in and took me over. They're called Brick House Fitness. They're in Hamburg. Great people. It's just a small gym, family owned. They're good people. Go over there, see them if you're looking to get fit. If you're looking for anything like that. Brickhouse Fitness in Hamburg. That's the place to be. They got me into this whole thing, and it's been a great thing for me. So go see them.
Awesome. Is Josh still teaching there too?
No, we've kind of just migrated over towards Buma full time, just because it's a lot easier. There's more. Brickhouse is more geared towards like the fitness aspect, where obviously Buma's geared towards, specifically like Muay Thai and fighting and stuff like that. So we've kind of migrated over towards there, but I'll never pass up an opportunity to give Brickhouse the shout out.
Awesome. Also, if you're in the North Towns, make sure you stop into Integrity Martial Arts right there inside of the Niagara Climbing Center. So we'll be happy to see you. I'm there for almost every class. If I'm not there, I'll have someone that can teach class probably better than me, or at least speak better than me. So they'll be there to help you out. And we're always in there. We're always training hard. And we always like to have people pop in too. So like if you're training, stop in and say hello. Ray, what's your prediction for this fight? You've seen both men fight. You call both their fights.
Oh man, you threw me in the spot.
I do it every time. You should be ready for this by now, dog.
Yeah, what's that prediction, Ray?
Man, it's gonna be. I think since you came on the podcast, you're gonna win, and I think it's gonna go. I'm gonna say by decision. You're gonna win. You're gonna dominate all the rounds there.
A win's a win. I'll take it.
That's right. Caveman's Corner is 100%. Everyone that's come on Caveman's Corner is won. I can honestly say that.
Then it's looking good for me.
Yeah. If they showed up to fight, we did. We had that other guy that came on the podcast, but then he didn't show up, and so like, he didn't really lose because he didn't show up to fight. But
no, I'll be there. I'll be there.
Yeah. So as long as you show up to fight, you're gonna win. I can't remember that guy's name now. Oh my god. Do you remember his name, Ray? We did two podcasts with him because the first one was so bad, and he wanted to do another one. He was on the Marine base, or Army base.
I know who you're talking about. I just can't think of the name.
I can't think of his real name. He had like some funky name on the bottom, and then he wrote a whole bunch of bad stuff about Keith after in a promotion.
Oh, was it one of the 765 guys?
No, those guys.
He was supposed to fight Bubba.
Yeah.
Rasta, right?
Yeah, but what was it? Is that his real name, Rasta? It can't be Rasta, right?
Yeah.
Oh, all right, maybe it is. I thought that was just his Facebook name. But yeah, he was supposed to fight Bubba. He came on the podcast. He didn't win. And Bubba didn't come on the podcast, so I was a little bit nervous for our thing holding up. But it was able to hold up. So we're still perfect.
Yeah.
Well, I like my odds then.
Yeah. Usually we have both guys on, so it's a pretty easy thing to say. But
sorry to my opponent. You should have showed up.
Yeah, he should have showed up. He would have won for sure.
Yeah, you had your chance.
He did have a chance. Well, we still have an offer out to him. I don't know how hard Ray really tried to get him, but so I
messaged him.
What's that?
I messaged him. Not like he thought I was some kind of creep.
Yeah. All right, man. Thank you so much for coming on. K4 Gold Standard is going to. I'm sorry, I'm just going to bring up the banner too. K4 Gold Standard is going to be October 19th. You're going to see that handsome guy with all the tattoos throw down with our man and our team Buma. And it's going to be a great event, man. He's fighting Evan Herbert. I can't wait to see that fight.
Can't wait to have you guys calling it. Thanks for having me.
Great, Carter. Thank you for coming on. And we appreciate you so much, man. We're going to let you go, and I'm going to talk to Ray for a few minutes, and then we're going to close this one out.
All right. You guys have a good one.
All right. You too, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Peace out, Matt Kemp. Leaving the building. All right, Ray. We're back. You killed me in the WAP reading contest. So people have seen us since our hibernation, but my studio was torn down. I didn't have internet for a while. You went on a cruise. You got stuck on a cruise. Tell us about that. How was the cruise?
Oh man, it was great, man. It was that's my first cruise, and I'm not really a drinker, but I started drinking the fruity drinks, pina coladas and strawberry daiquiris. I had 2 cups, both holding like this, both hands. And then I got dehydrated. I got dehydrated with the heat and the drinks, the alcohol drinks, and I had to cool off and drink a lot of water, and I'm good.
Then I got sick from drinking. Like, it's all good,
Yeah,
man. It's all good.
yeah, it was good. It was
Um,
good. I had a good time. It was like I said, it was my first cruise. The Bahamas was beautiful. The beach was nice. The water was nice and clear. Oh man, it was amazing. I would definitely like to go again.
nice. Maybe we should go on a Caveman's Corner cruise.
Yeah, yeah,
We'll just do they have internet on the ship?
yeah. They do. They do. Yeah.
Yeah, we could do like maybe we could do some kind of write off and go on the cruise.
I got an idea. We should start a promotion in the cruise.
Yeah, cruise liner
Caveman
fight
fighting
promotion.
promotion. fighting,
Yeah.
fighting in the middle of the ship.
I've always wanted to do that too, and like have like guys that are all losers fight. Like no
Yeah.
winners. Like you're not allowed to
I
fight if
mean,
you have to
listen.
win.
The cruise, they have comedians come in, do a comedy show. They got dancers and freaking people lip singing or whatever. Let's do an MMA fight in the ship. That's something different.
Yeah, yeah. We gotta get with Keith, man. We do a K-4 on the cruise.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good way to get on a cruise at least, right?
Yeah, the crew, pay us and the guests will enjoy the fights.
Yeah. All right. Well, we should be back next week, either Saturday or Sunday or both. We're going to try and get Zion Clark on. He's an
Yeah.
adaptive athlete. He's going to be the main event of the card.
Yep.
I'm
Yep.
super excited for that fight. There's so
Yeah.
many videos of him. Hopefully we
Listen,
can.
check out the documentary on Netflix. It's short,
Oh,
but it's good.
awesome. I didn't even know he had a documentary on Netflix.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Check it out.
We'll post some stuff about that when I do the write up for him. Pay attention to Facebook. I'll be doing write ups for all the fights leading up to it, just like I always do. It's right here on Caveman's Corner. So if you're watching it right now, just tune back in and look for the fights. There's some write ups already. And I'll probably write up this fight next because now we have Matt on, and I can write. Matt came on the podcast and Evan didn't, so he's probably going to win. And that'll be right there in the write up. They're about as honest as you can get. I try and keep them pretty fair. I don't ever give away secrets, but the breakdowns are pretty good. And Ray never writes them, just so you guys know. It's all me.
Yeah.
Ray does all the memes and all the cool stuff. I just do the boring, like nerdy stuff. I do all the write ups and editing and everything.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, thank you for coming back on. Sorry you had to use your phone to do the podcast. I know it's hard to read the questions when you're on the.
Oh, no. I could read it fine.
Good. All right, and I'm glad you made it home from the cruise. We're back. The podcast will be back on weekly. Hopefully, Ray can make more episodes again. But we're back. We're up and we're running. And welcome back, Ray. I drive by the studio a lot lately, and the old studio, and I miss those days quite a bit. Mickey spitting all over everything and spilling drinks on the mics, and just wrecking the studio.
The $1 million studio.
Yeah, the $1 million studio with the 50-cent guest host. Now we're in 50-cent guest host in the 50-cent studio. Like I don't even have anything on the walls yet. Like I'll get some stuff up here in just a minute. But it was great having you on. Great being back. K-4 is going to be amazing. Don't miss it. October 18th, right? October 18th.
It came at, no, 19th.
19th, October 19th. 18th is LFA. So I'll be on the 18th. I'm going to LFA with Derek Patterson. He's fighting there.
Okay.
That's
going to be on Fight Pass, I believe, right?
Yeah, it's going to be on UFC Fight Pass. So stay home, watch that one on Fight Pass, and then come to K4 because we need the local attendance. Gold standard, October 19th. Doors open at 5, first bell at 6. Make sure you guys are there. You can get tickets right at buffaloriverworks.com or the link I posted in here. And make sure that you use their tickets. Ashley Hill says hello. Ashley's going to come teach a class at Integrity soon.
Nice.
Good luck to you guys. Yeah. Derek kills it. He's really from Western New York, but he trains with me. And he was just in there today beating up everybody, man. He looks sharp, dude. He looks so good. He's like so cut up too. He's bigger than normal. Man, it's gonna be a good fight. I'm really excited to see Derek fight. And Ashley's gonna come in and teach a class. Gonna have the first Western New York female black belt teach a class at Integrity. I'm excited for that.
Nice.
Yeah. Hopefully Ray will come in and just show you some fat guy stuff. I don't think that's true. I think she showed you some really solid jujitsu though. I'm not sure
Oh
she
yeah.
she really knows about fat guy stuff since she's like 104 pounds. All right, we gotta get Ilfrey on the show. We're gonna try and get Ilfrey and Troy on the show. I think Ilfrey and Troy together would be awesome. Only heavy guy stuff. Speaking of heavy guy stuff, we are also brought to you by OnlyFans at Just the Calves. So I have a guy that has OnlyFans in my gym, and he just posts pictures of his calves because his
You
calves are
know what?
giant.
I gotta do an open OnlyFans, Caveman.
Yeah, for
I'm gonna
Whopper
be
eating.
naked. I'm gonna be be naked eating a Whopper.
I think that could sell. Remember, so we've made a total of $6 from you showing your chest.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you still owe Ben a chest picture. Like he paid us $1 and you never showed him your chest because we didn't realize he paid
I,
us.
I did it. I did it. It was on another show, but I did it.
Oh, okay. As long as he got his
Yeah,
money's
yeah,
worth, I want to make sure that
yeah.
if someone pays us, we always give them their money's worth.
Anybody donate $1, I took off my shirt right now again.
We're cheap. We're pretty cheap. All right, let's get out of here before I was about to say something really dirty, but we're gonna get out of here and we're gonna keep the show intact. Thank you guys for following. Remember, always like and support everything that we do. It's really easy to click follow on Facebook. It's a little bit harder to go to our YouTube and subscribe, but please do that as well. We've finally passed 5,000. We're looking to get to 6,000 or 7,000 subscribers. Please follow, like, and support us, and we'll be back. We'll see you next week. Peace.
Peace.